Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, we are going to continue with this Ford KA today. I did stay late because that drive shaft was a little bit concerning and a little bit worrying. So I did stay a little bit later and I will show you in a second what I did. So yeah. It's just one thing after another with this car, just fighting me. But I will not be beaten, and I'm not going to give up on it either. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I did last night, and then we'll get it cracking and have a go at this. So let's do this. So yeah, like I said, guys, I stayed on a little bit later last night because that drive shaft was just getting to me a little bit and I just could not leave. I could not leave the workshop without knowing exactly what was going to happen. So after a little bit of messing around, a little bit of playing around with it, I managed to get it in. So I think I've done it. Both sides are in nice as well. It's all been connected. I just got to put a few more bolts on the lower ball joint and the drive shaft bolt as well, both sides. But I think we managed to get it done. And as well, I've checked last night and I've just checked as well this morning. Let me show. I know there's no. Oh no, we've got no battery, is it? But I've started the key. And it runs and drives. Well, it runs. It doesn't drive. It runs. Yeah. So I'm quite happy now to continue putting all this back together. And yeah, we're just going to continue doing that and then just see how far we get today. But hopefully we should get quite far. The first thing I want to do is I want to do this gearbox oil. Put that in. Then I'm going to put the rest of the bolts, both sides, and then just double check to make sure everything's been done up tight, everything's been sorted, everything's been put on as well. Just go around, just putting things on. But yeah, it's now it's going okay. Last night when I left, or before I left, it was just, you know, I thought this was going to have to come out again. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But I think we are okay. So we can continue. Right, let me set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, we are getting there. Everything's going back to normal and that back together. One thing I always do with these bottom support legs is keep them loose like this. Put the bolts in so that the bolts are in place so you know that's where it's going to be, but always keep these lower ones loose. Because when you put the actual slam panel, front panel, rad pack in place, if you do the bolts up, that might be the wrong place. You might have to do them up there, or there, or there, or there. So you don't really know until you get this on the front panel, both sides, connected to the top as well, so it's all in position. Then you can go and do the bolts up on the back. I did that once, and I'll never do it again. The other way around. But yeah. So yeah, but we are getting there. We are getting there. Everything's been done up. Battery's back in place. Just want to quickly show you. Just want to connect the battery up like that. So that's connected now. So there we go. It actually sounds really nice and sweet. Don't want to run it for too long. I don't want that engine oil to warm up too much because of obviously there's no coolant in the system. So I'm going to turn it off in a minute. But yeah, everything needs to circulate and go around the system. So I think the next thing, guys, is put the front panel on. Then we could do the coolant, and then we can actually let it run for a while and warm up. Funny enough, the petrol light warning thing isn't coming up now. I don't know what that's all about. But what I will do is I'll stick in a jerry can's worth of fuel in there. And then that way, try and rule out it's actually just quite low on fuel. And I will check someone said to me, check the sender, the connectors in there. Check that the actual plugs are still connected. Copart are quite prolific and prone to sort of start taking plugs out and sort of try and get the fuel out another way. So, which is a suspiciously reason why the back seat is off and out. It's only my suggestion, guys. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but you never know. I have got some headrests as well. You can see the headrest there for the back. Got a parcel shelf, got the bolts for the back seat. They're in there as well because they were missing. So I'll just got them from the breakers. So yeah, let's continue with the front end. We'll get that on. And then, like I said, coolant up to temperature, running, nice. Let's get it back together. So let's continue. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, we've been running for a while now. Let me just double check that. I didn't check that coolant actually. Yeah, coolant is right up to the level where it should be. And it's staying there, it's not dropping anymore, so that's good. It means that that's all bled through and running really well. We've got some really nice hot air coming through in the car. Not me, in the car. So that's good. Temperature gauge is showing exactly where it should be showing. It's a little bit under, but it's not any higher, so that's good. But yeah, I think we can turn it off now and continue with putting this car back together. So what do we need to do next? Well, really, I want to get this wing on, but I don't want to get the wing on until I've painted the other side of it, the back side of it, because then once I've painted the back side of it and the edge and the leading edges all around the wing, the painter can then go across the front of it and he ain't got to worry about doing the inside, and I can get it fitted. I did pick up a blue one. It's the only one really that I could find. This is the parcel shelf for this one. I picked up a parcel shelf as well. But yeah, picked up a blue one in good condition. It just needs, like I said, painting right round. I'm probably going to change these brackets as well, because I don't trust these actual wing brackets that connect the bumper up. So I'm going to change both of them, both sides. So we'll get them off as well. But yeah, I need to go to the paint shop to get this colour, which I think is called blush red. I think that's what it's called. I think I found out it's called blush red, which is really strange. But yeah, it's definitely a strange little colour. But let me go to the paint shop. I'll grab a can of that, and then I'll come back. We'll we'll paint that up, prep it all up, key it back, bit of Scotch pad, just key it all up, then give it a paint up around the edges and stuff, and then we can get that wing fitted, and then we can move on. I've got to get this wing fitted, painted as well. Look, it's all scuffed. Yeah, and then we could do the headlights. We could put the bonnet on. We could possibly paint the other side around the bumper as well. Get that on, and then the painter can then paint it. Or he might want to take it off, actually. I don't know. I'll have to ask him before we do anything. But yeah, definitely moving along. So let's keep going. Bear with me, guys. And when I come back, I'll set you up and we'll get cracking with the wing. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So that's had a bit of a misting around this side of the actual wing. We need to do it again. I have taken off the bracket, the broken one. I've ordered a brand new one from the Ford main dealer. It was like £30, but it was like next day delivery, so it'll be here tomorrow. Ish, I think, hopefully. But yeah, so, but it needs another coat really on that side before, you know, I can turn it over and do the opposite side on the edges. So, yeah, I have obviously keyed it up, both sides. You saw that. But I have got the other KA titanium in the workshop at the minute because Car Colour Services, where I get my paints from, up there, they are on their way to this afternoon and they'll be picking up this fuel flap on this one and this fuel flap for that one. Picking up the fuel flaps to get some samples of paint. Probably need probably 250 mil for this one. And this one probably something like probably 500 or 750 millimeters for this for this one. But yeah, but to get that fuel flap off, I've already done that one, but this one we've got to jack the car up, take the wheel off, take the wheel liner off. So I'm going to do that now so you can see me doing that. But I just thought I'd let you know what was happening and what was going on. So we need to get that off. So let's get on with that. And then we'll jump back over to that one. So yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, I've got it off, the wheel arch. So we've got the sample now that can go to the paint shop. He's coming to me. He takes the samples, like I said, and then brings them back the next day with however much paint I need for that sample, basically. So, yeah, but I just want to quickly show you. It'll be... be rude not to show you guys whilst I've got the wheel arch off this inside of this KA. Now obviously we're going to have a good strip down, we're going to take the bumper off, we're going to take the light out. Once we get to this car, that's going to happen, but I can't see any internal damage up there or any of this at all, apart from this little lip here that comes across here. So you can see it, look, it's a little bit buckled there, but I was expecting that because it's been hit here. So, but apart from that, there, everything else looks good. This looks good. The crash bar hasn't been hit. I can see it there, so that's not been touched. This corner's not been touched. That tub around has not been touched. None of this has been touched. It's just literally this little lip here, which is good news, really. So, yeah. So I'm just checking the springs. Nope, they're fine. Springs are good. Shocks are not leaking, are they? Not really. I don't think so. So, sorry guys, I'm just checking things as I'm talking to you. I'm looking at other things, my normal checks and my normal looking at bits and pieces, The exhaust though, the back box, that looks rusty. Can you see that? So we might have to deal with that. But yeah, at least we can get the paint sample done, and then we can put it back outside and get the other bits and pieces. Like I want to crack on that ST if we can tomorrow. But let's just see how far we get with that one. And I don't know if you noticed, I suppose you did, but someone come in and spoke to me because they kind of just pull up now. They pull out the front and go, do you do bodywork and paint? And so, yeah, he's got a Mercedes, that's a 2011 Mercedes that someone side swiped him, a lorry side swiped him. So he's got a little bit of damage on his car that he wants me to look at, give him a quote, and try and get that repaired for him. So possibly that coming in soon. But yeah, I'll get this out of the way, and then we're going to move on, repaint that side. So that's another coat, and then we're going to move on, put the headlights in, and continue with that KA. So let's do this. Right, well, guys, we are getting there. So you can see now the wing is in place. The other side is completely painted, and I've just done the edges around the wing so that the paint lines just go, and then he hasn't got to take it off. The bumper, that's a different story. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to connect it all up so it's back on, but I'm not going to put the grille and all those kind of bits and pieces on it, and then he can take it off the bumper. The bumper's a different story because I think you've got to, paint both sides, and he wants to. I think he wants it off because I've spoke to him. But the bonnet and the wing, he said, just get it connected. He said, don't bother getting it sort of perfect. He said, because I might have to mess around with it, and he said I might take it off anyway. He's not sure, so yeah, don't sort of spend too much time lining it all up. He said, just get it sort of where you want to get it, so I can get the car to him. And then, yeah, once he gets back from the paint shop, then I can mess around with it and line it up correctly and better. Do you know what I mean? But at least we've got it better than what it was as like it's been. So, yeah. But yeah, we might have to mess around with it at a later date. But what I want to do, trying to do really, is get the wheels on tonight, and then I can leave the bumper for another day because I want to get the Focus ST back in the workshop tomorrow. And yeah, I really want to get it on the ramp. So I want to get this car off the ramp so I can get the ST in tomorrow. But yeah, a little bit of a short video today, guys. I've spent a bit of time going off to the paint shop and getting that spray can for the wing. So that took an hour. And also, I have been bidding on Copart today, and I managed to win another little project for us. This car I've never ever done before. And I'm not sure about it at the minute, but I've committed now, so we're going to get into it. We're going to find out, what it's all about. I've never done one of these cars before, like I said, but it'll be an interesting thing to get into. Again, something different than the norm Fiestas, KAs. It's something different from Fiat 500s. It's just another make and a model. But yeah, it should be an interesting one. I am picking it up tomorrow, but I'm not going to show you guys until Saturday. So I'll come in again Saturday morning. I'll do another video on the new project. And yeah, you can see it on Saturday. But for today, guys, that's it. That's the end of today's video. We are getting closer with this. At least the front end's back on. It's all up to temperature. It's running really well. There's no leaks whatsoever with coolant, gearbox oil, nothing. So Really happy with that. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of today's video. Don't forget, guys, drop me a comment if you've got anything to say. Give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one on the Focus ST back in the workshop. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.